Kicking off Saturday's card, Clausura, round 4, we got America, who is in a very concerning place right now. We got Club America, zero wins, 0 goals. I believe it's 1 or 2 draws, something along that line. But yeah, things are not looking good for America right now. And here's the thing, guys, with Liga MX and when we have an international break like we did last week. So we had the Mexico national team playing, which means the Liga MX got a break. Nobody played, no clubs played. Now that's after the break is when things usually can take a shift, guys, for better or for worse. So I think America turns it around. I think this is the game where they finally get a win. I don't like recommending it too often, but I think this spot is warranted. So I'm going to take America for the minus 182. I think after having 0 goals in 3 games, I think they finally have a little mini explosion, along with some help from Necaxa. Obviously, we're gonna get over this 2.5 over 3. You can check how much, or at least we'll check right now. I think we can get a much better price just taking the over 3 flat out, because I think we at least get to 3, or we're gonna hit over 3 easily. And I think both teams to score, yes. I think these are all smash spots. Let's take a look at how much that over 3 is. Okay, so this is our spread. This is the main total for the whole game. So that over 2.5, over 3. If you guys don't know how the Asian handicap works, basically it's like, let's say the game it's 2.5 and 3. You bet, you have plus money on it. It was plus 102, I believe. So if the game ends up being 2-1, whatever, 2-1, 3-0, something along that line, half of your bet you're gonna win, and then half of it you get back whatever you put in. So let's say you put in $50, right? $50 on that. $25 is betting on over 2.5. $25 is betting on over 3. So if the 2.5, if the score ends up being a 3 in total, so the score ends at 2-1, which is 3 goals in total, half of your money is going to profit. That other half is going to come back to you. So instead of winning what would be $100, 50 on with even money odds, you're only going to get 75 back. So only half your bet won. So it's like if you bet it with $25, the other 25 you got back, because the total ended at 3. But I would say just go for the 3 flat out. I'll take all my money back. That's fine. But I think this total is going to go over 3. I think we're going to see something like 2-2, something like 3-2. I think we're going to see something a lot more high scoring. I think America is going to come out, make a statement, and Necaxa is going to help along with some of those goals. But the thing about America is they have had a couple 0-0 draws. But I think coming into this game, I think things change. I think we see more of an explosion of goals. And just to finish off with this America game, guys, I don't really play parlays too often, but this is actually one I really do like. It's a simple 2-legger. We got America to win and over 2.5 goals in the match. This could easily be a 2-1 America win, which is actually a very common thing. I think this is actually worth taking a shot on, as opposed to just the America money line alone. I still think it's good, don't get me wrong. At minus 182 is actually a little bit of a discount for a team like America. But America winning and over 2.5 goals is actually not too bad of a price, and I think that's a very, very likely possibility. So you risk $50, you win 73, which means, in total you walk away with, that is $123. So not too bad. I think that's actually a pretty decent 2-legger. Again, guys, I don't really like parlays too often, but in this spot, I think it's okay, and I think it's definitely worth taking a shot on. Next game up, we got my favorite team in Atlas. Mazatlan coming in. I'll be honest, guys, my team's overpriced. A little bit overvalued. Obviously, that's the only direction I would look, but Mazatlan is capable of making this game ugly, guys. Your best bet here is both teams to score, yes. Maybe even the over, but I like both teams to score probably a lot more than anything else on this board. Obviously, I'm going to go for my team, but I'm probably not going to touch any of the draw, any of the money lines. I'm probably not touching that. It's probably just going to be both teams to score for me. And maybe an over, just maybe, because Mazatlan is capable of making this ugly. Atlas at home, those matches tend to be really fun. They tend to be some high-scoring barn burners for the most part, especially in my home. Well, not my hometown, but I always love going to Jalisco, guys. Jalisco's such a vibe. So But yeah, Atlas I think takes it. Best bet for this game would be the both teams to score yes for minus 118. Again, look towards the over if you're confident in it. I would play it. I think it's playable. It is at a pick'em, so it's playable for me. Over 2.5 would be a good spot to play too. Just not the money lines. None of the money lines I think are worth taking a shot on. Next game up, we have San Luis at home. Chivas coming in. Chivas has been on a tear, guys. They've been on an absolute tear. So I think the only reason we're getting this discounted price at minus 117 is just simply because of that international break. Chivas has not been in the same rhythm, obviously taking a week off, so who knows if that same team is still going to come in covering run lines, covering the puck, covering goal lines, or whatever it's called in soccer. But they're winning goals dominantly, and they're winning by margin, and now that's just not the case. And San Luis is one of those teams that can very well can play spoiler. They love to play spoiler. It's always been like that. It's been like that since I was a kid, if I'm being honest. So San Luis loving to play spoiler in just random spots. That's the thing. It's in random spots. So for me, I'm going to have to go with San Luis on the double chance. Atletico San Luis on the double chance. Plus the half a goal, which is the same thing as the double chance. For minus 108, I think that's the best spot to play here just because I don't exactly know which Chivas is going to come out after the international break. It might be the same dominant Chivas. It might be a Chivas. It's maybe not going to... Maybe they're not going to slack, but they're probably not going to come in so dominantly either. So I'll take San Luis on the double chance. I think that's the best play for this match. Heading into the later games, we have Monterrey at home, Tijuana coming in. Tijuana not as good away. I don't like them as much on the road as I do at home. Meanwhile, Monterrey kind of the same thing, but they're actually not bad historically on the road either. So, but then minus 188 is a heavy price to pay with Monterrey. But again, if I'm willing to take America at minus 182, I would have to be willing to take Monterrey at minus 188. I don't like it. I'm probably not going to bet that. If I had to go one way, guys, it's probably just going to be the over 2.5. Simply being because I haven't seen too many games on this card that have the over 1 and over 1.5 in the first half. So it might be likely just with this total simply opening up like that, not even looking at the odds for each over and under, but just the fact that it's 1 and 1.5, it's possible we might even see two goals in the first half. So our three should be pretty. I can't say easy, man. I don't want to say easy because then it's nothing's easy. Nothing's easy, guys. So, but we should be in a good spot to hit our over 3. So I would play this over 2.5, over 3, at least on this one game specifically. I don't think we get over 3 goals as easily as we do in the America game. I think this one will be 2.5 and 3. So I would play the Asian handicap with this total, the 2.5, 3 for minus 125. That's the only thing I really like on this board. You can even look towards Tijuana and getting that goal in your back pocket, just because I don't think Monterrey I don't think a lot of teams are winning their games dominantly, if I'm being honest. Probably just Toluca and Chivas. I think those are the only 2 teams I've seen that I'm really convinced where I can go negative goals. Monterrey, not so much, especially with this Monterrey team who I believe Sergio Ramos just ended his career with, not ended his career, but at least he ended his relationship with Monterrey. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the same Monterrey team that we've seen be good. This team is going to be good. I just don't think they're going to be as dominant this season, and they're definitely not that dominant so far. So you can either take you can either take Tijuana +1 in your back pocket, an extra goal in your back pocket, or just go with the over. But for me personally, I would just go with the over 2.5, 3. Last match of the night for Saturday night, we have León at home, Tigres coming in. Tigres has the capability, guys, of making things a very boring or explosive match. This is all going to depend on which side of Tigres shows up. If the very defensive Tigres shows up, they could either win this game 1-0 or lose this game 1-0. Meanwhile, León is kind of a wild card as well. But for me personally, I'm going to take my shot with León. I haven't really taken a shot at any bigger dog on this card so far yet. That's because I don't like any of them. That's the thing. I don't like any of them. But León is actually the one I do like. Tigres losing at home against Pumas is kind of all I really need to know. This Tigres team, too, is also slacking. I read something that came out. They're concerned about their spending now. When Tigres that has money is concerned about their spending, that means they've made some poor financial decisions and the results have not shown it. Yeah, they've been in some good, in the last couple of maybe 10 years, in the last 10 years, they've done a lot of good things. Tigres has done a lot of good things, but, I don't think it paid off as much as they wanted to. So when a team like that is starting to announce certain problems like that, maybe cutbacks, hey, maybe they're just a little bit vulnerable right now. So I'm going to take my shot with Leon for plus 220 to finish off our Saturday night.